Your roadmap to Shariah banking and finance. During rising interest rates, Shariah-compliant equities may be impacted differently than non-compliant equities. This is because Shariah investing has a set of guidelines based on Islamic law that restrict investments in certain industries such as gambling, tobacco, and alcohol. However, in a rising interest rate environment, fixed income investments may become more attractive, which could lead to a decrease in demand for equities and put downward pressure on stock prices. On the other hand, if the economy is growing and corporate earnings are increasing, this could outweigh the impact of rising interest rates and support equity prices. It is important to note that the performance of Shariah-compliant equities, like any other equities, is subject to various market and economic factors and can be affected differently depending on the specific companies and industries in which they are invested. Here are 3 examples of Shariah-compliant industries to consider during rising interest rates. Telecommunications. A company in the telecommunications sector that is Shariah-compliant may perform well during a rising interest rate environment. This is because the demand for communication services such as mobile phones and internet services tends to be relatively stable, regardless of economic conditions. Additionally, telecommunications companies often have strong balance sheets and generate steady cash flows, making them attractive investments in a rising interest rate environment. Healthcare. Healthcare companies that are Shariah-compliant and operate in a growing market such as pharmaceuticals, medical devices, or biotechnology may also perform well during rising interest rates. These companies are typically less sensitive to interest rate changes as the demand for their products and services is driven by demographics and healthcare needs, rather than economic conditions. Consumer staples. Companies that produce and sell essential consumer goods, such as food, household goods, and personal care products, may also perform well in a rising interest rate environment. These companies often have stable earnings and provide steady dividend income, making them attractive to investors seeking income-generating investments in a rising interest rate environment. It is important to note that the performance of any investment can be affected by various market and economic factors and can vary greatly between different companies and industries. These examples should not be taken as investment advice, and it is recommended to seek professional advice before making any investment decisions. www.muslimfim.com